It's the 28th of February, and although there are the odd frog in the pond, it looks like this is the year that I get no spawn. I had 5 clumps by this time last year, and absolutely nothing this year. So worrying. But this pond is so isolated, so it's no wonder really. My neighbours are so against anything that growing in their gardens that the wildlife doesn't really stand a chance, does it? So it's a wait and see game. I've got to stop thinking about it now because I get so anxious about it. But yeah, it's all quiet here at the moment. But the primulas are out and the crocuses are out. And I've just seen a queen, I presume a buff-tailed bee. I was just coming out to feed the birds, and I saw a large bee, but I was too far away to ID it, but I would assume it's a buff-tail. There was a buff-tail in the garden the other day visiting these crocuses, but it's lovely to see the crocuses open, because last year they never opened and didn't do what I planted them for, which was to feed the early emerging bees. So they're looking great. There's still more to come up and open. And look, I think that's a honeybee. Yeah, there's a honeybee visiting too. Let's see if we can focus in on the honeybee. So the honeybees are finding them, but more importantly, the big queen bumblebee found them too. Some daffodils here too. Not that they feed the bees, nothing goes on them really. But yeah, more crocuses here to come up. And here. And here. So good feed, and I think the weather's settled now for a little while. So hopefully these early bees that I've seen in the garden will have a food source for a little while. There's also this pot of snowdrops, and I've got snowdrops everywhere too. More crocuses coming up here. Those early bees, and cyclamen, and just the beginnings of the lungwort coming into flower. I should be seeing, with a bit of luck, hairy-footed flower bees in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, snowdrops there. More crocuses in there. Yeah, so plenty of food for those emerging bees. With a bit of luck. And then hopefully they'll do well. We just need a good April this year for the bees. Last year's April was so bad for them, just as they were establishing nests. And they hadn't got enough workers to help feed the nests, and a lot of nests failed last year. And sadly bee numbers have plummeted terribly again. So yeah, beautiful spring day. If the pond could just present me with a couple of clumps of frog spawn, I'd be ecstatic. But this area looks so bare now. That's the old buddleia that came down. I'm using it there. I'm thinking of planting some wild privet along here. I think that might help in that area. But we've also got out the hellebores. Again, another feed for the bees. I think the winter jasmine's gone over now, but everything's growing at a rate of knots now. And it's so tempting to come out and tidy up, but I've still got to hold out. Can't do it just yet. But there's enough here to keep the bees going. Lots of crocuses coming up. So yeah, that's my garden today, the 28th of February. Lots of food sources there. Look at that. How magical is that? And that's why we plant these crocuses. Look at that. I hope you do well. Look at the pollen on her. It's covered in pollen. And on her thorax. Oh, what a treasure to see. You can see why it's important having them close together, because she can just not waste energy flying. She can just crawl from one flower to the next. Just loving the pollen that's all on her. Fabulous. And here she is cleaning herself, taking all the pollen off her back. Cleaned herself up lovely. Brushing it all off and into her pollen sacs. I'm hoping she's started a nest. That would be great if she has. I wish you all the luck. We need it. We need a good spring for you. All the best, little queen bee. Spring has sprung in the garden. It's been going to be a beautiful first week. In like a lamb out like a lion, we'll have to see. Collared dove just coming in to feed up there. Sorry we're in the sun, but yeah, all I need now is the tadpoles to finish off the joy, but everything is shooting. And some of it doesn't seem to have died back at all. And you look at this geranium, it's incredible really. A lot of stuff coming up in the grass. Just put some mealworms out. The birds, the blackbirds enjoying them, and the crows. Crocuses are still beautiful and open. Oh, gorgeous array of colours. I can see some cowslips coming up here. And look at the red currant. The currant's covered in buds. That'll be another sign when that's out that I know that the hairy-footed flower bees will be out, because they always feed on this, and the queen bees love it too. And any other insects, we're having one or two drone flies appearing now in the garden. Daffodils are up in time. They were up in time for St David's Day. Yeah. Hear the wren singing in the background there. Oh, that's a greenfinch actually, not a wren. It's a greenfinch. Or goldfinch, is it goldfinch? I'm trying to see, he's up in, could be goldfinch. Yeah, pond empty, look. I can see one frog at the back at the moment, but still nothing in there. Holding out hope. We have had it as late as the end of March, so who knows what's happening in my garden. I'm thinking that because of the gardens all being cleared, and especially the very end garden, and they used a digger there, a lot of frogs would have probably been damaged in that process. So yeah, whether there's any males this year, but we had 5 clumps last year, so it takes a couple of years for them to come round. My only worry is that the diversity is a bit limited now. My friend did give me a clump 10 years ago, so there are 2 different kinds, and my daughter-in-law has left a house where there was a pond, and I'm worried that pond will be filled in, so whether I've got the courage to go up and ask if I can have some, if I could have some from theirs pond in case it gets filled in, I'm not sure, but shouldn't be moved about really because of viruses being transferred between ponds, and so we'll have to wait and see, just see how things go. But yeah, it's just lovely. Still not going to clear up just yet, but yeah, can't wait. Just can't wait to start. Woodpile's looking good. I put the stump from the buddleia there. It's the only time you see it at this time of year. Once everything starts growing here, you can't tell there's a great big woodpile here, but there is. And all the moss is growing on them. And I love the moss that's gathered on top of this little chime of mine. Just be careful where I step. Look at that. And it doesn't look so well at the moment because it's dry, but as soon as we get some rain, it'll be stunning again. It's like a whole little world in its own, on its own there. And this is still doing well, and I think it's a fritillary. It has sort of orangey yellow flowers, but it is being munched, I can see. But yeah, that should get quite tall, and the bluebirds love the nectar on it, so it'd be great if it manages to flower this year. But we'll have to wait and see, because as I say, it is being munched. I can see munch marks on it. It's obviously liked by the snails and slugs in the garden. Snowdrops are just sort of starting to go over. Yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely day. Makes you feel so good when the sun's out. It's hard to imagine it all in covered up and all those plants flowering. It doesn't take long. The flowering quince is doing well too. There's loads of buds on it, so should get lots of beautiful red flowers on this soon. The bees adore it, the bumblebees. I've also noticed this Weigela here. I thought I'd lost this Weigela years ago, but I've nurtured it, and oh no, it's not a Weigela, it's something else, isn't it? It's a hebe, sorry. Yeah, I lost it one year in the frost, but persevered with it, pruning it and stuff, and it's come back really well. Also got the wallflowers beginning to bud up. Roses will need a cutback soon. Need to do those this month. Need to deadhead this lavender. All the heads have gone now. Goldfinches love the seed heads, so they've all been eaten. This spirea that I planted last year needs a bit of a prune, but that's all coming back. Hopefully this comes back as well. This is Coreopsis. I know that it is liked by slugs and snails, so a bit of luck it'll survive though. It's looking okay. And yeah, flowers here. I saw a honeybee on this earlier. So much to do. This fence, oh, I think they've tried to put it in a bit. This fence needs sorting. Had a go at putting it in, but it's not quite in properly. They're down in the next high wind, but thankfully the snowdrops have finished here, so they shouldn't be crushed. And the daisy doesn't come up till late summer, so we're okay there. Yeah, so it's another beautiful day in the garden. My shadow. Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm going to let the birds feed now. So I'll see you all again soon. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather and, like me, itching to start in the garden. A lot of tidying up to do, but insects are just emerging, so let them enjoy it first and emerge safely. Okay, take care everyone. Bye for now.